Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, Susan Diamond Paints. This is Susan. So let me get my paper here removed. Where did it cut? Did it even cut? Showing it did, but don't look like it did. Let me line this up again, try this again. Let's see here. 21 is our square. I should say rectangle. That's sticking. Sticker sticking. There. Alright, let me see this again. Alright, get that sticker off my hand. 20. Sit there, 20. Go back over here. And then right here. Cutting the washi pretty good. There it goes. And there it goes. Oh, that was much better. Alright, so there we go. Put this over to the side. Get all sticky off of me. Alright, now let's see where we are here. Okay. 21, somewhat crooked, but that's okay. And then I'll put my pen here. I gotta get myself back on the mat. Alright, so let's see. We'll do the C's first. Well, I got box 2 up. So we'll do the 939s. Since they're a lot there. So today is Thursday, December 8th. Pretty Friday. Woohoo! So excited. And all I have is next week, then I'm on vacation. So looking forward to that. Like I said, it's my birthday week, so I'm taking off. So, alright, so today, work stuff. Alright. Get that moved. Oh, can't put that there. Sorry, I'm moving the phone around so I don't hit my phone. So, let's see, today, 84 affidavits were signed. 85, really. He gave me one. And I said, dude, just one. Oh, 1 plus 84? Oh, okay. So, 85 affidavits. I got my exercise in today. Had to go to the courthouse. So, Mary can get her notary updated with the courthouse. It's for Spartanburg County. So, we walked to the courthouse. It's not a far walk. Wasn't too bad as far as weather was concerned. It was just somewhat warm today, but at least it wasn't freezing cold. It would not have been a fun walk because we walked there. She has her purse. Finds out we can't take the purse in the courthouse. The deputies can't watch it, be responsible for it. So we had to walk all the way back to the front desk at work and asked our co-worker there, Susan, to watch it for us while we went back to the courthouse. So I walked back and then get there trying to figure out where it is we're supposed to go. Should have paid attention that it was the clerk of court, but we were just not being ourselves there and not thinking. So go down to the basement part to where the marriage licensing requirements are, where they hand out the licenses for marriage. And no, you gotta go to family court. Family court, really? So we go back upstairs to where family court. Like, no, it can't be family court. So Mary's like, the clerk of court's over here. Let's go to the clerk of court. So we went over to the clerk of court, and she's like, can I help you? And we're like, yes. And Mary showed her what she needed, and she said, this is the right place. We're like, thank goodness. She's like, oh, what happened? We're like, well, first off, we came and you can't bring your purse in, so we had to walk all the way back. I said, and oh, did you walk to your car? We're like, no, we walked from work. Oh, I said, and then I said, we get directed to go downstairs. So we're asking marriage and licensing where we're supposed to go, and they say family court. She said, they told you family court? We're like, yes. I said, coming back up here, I said, then we See, the clerk of court, so we decided we were just going to come here and ask. She said, most people, she said, you know, especially if they have to go back to their car, come back over here and they're just out of breath. She said, a lot of people, if they got to go back because they can't bring their stuff in, she said, they don't come back. She said, they'd be like, I'll come back later. We're like, nope, we're here. We want to get it done. We're getting it over with. I said, it's for work. So, and it is what it is. She said, well, she said, it's a good thing y'all came back. We were like, yep. I said, we weren't going to dilly-dally on this and wait till forever to get it done. I said, we are just going to come here and get it done. She said, I'm like you kind of people. She said, you're the half-full kind of people. We're like, yeah, we're the half-full people. I said, we have, you know, been disappointed as far as work is concerned enough to be the half-full glass people. So we got that done. So I was just telling my husband, I said, boy, I said, I got my workout done today. I said, I walked. I said, the courthouse. I said, twice. And I told him what happened. I said, the first time Mary had her purse and we had to go back and drop it off and then come back. I said, so I am done. I got my exercise for the day. And it was a good walk. Now I tell you though, coming back the second time after we got everything squared away, and now all we gotta do is get her stamp ordered, is we was tired and it was getting hot and the sun wanted to come out. So it's like in the upper 60s today, but then it's supposed to be in the 50s tomorrow, I think, and rain. So I'm telling y'all, this back and forth, I'm ready for cold weather. So that I told you about the quilt that we got from Kohl's, the bedspread. I had to fold it down halfway last night because I knew it would be too hot. And I just slept with the sheet and the little blue blanket that I have on there because I get cold, but you know, I knew I can't sleep hot. It has to be cold and snuggled in the covers for me to be able to sleep good. So sleeping hot is not an option. I can't sleep when it's hot. So yeah, I'm one of these people that has a fan going on in the wintertime. But, you know, didn't have to have the heat on. I actually turned the air on in the house just to get some of that stale air out. Just drop it down to about 71. So that will be good. And maybe you have to probably turn the heat on later, sometime tomorrow. But get that right there. I'm going to pull this up. Get that one there. Okay, good. So there's that. I was looking on Diamond Art Club's Facebook group, the VIP group, and somebody had asked a question, and I wasn't quite sure what I was reading until I got to really reading it. I was like, oh, this is what we're talking about, really. So somebody had asked, because she's being nosy, and she put that on there. I'm just being nosy, she said, but I want to know what the 3060 people got, for the Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale. Like 3060, was there a percentage off that I missed? Because, I did the Black Friday code, but, there was just 30% off, and was it 30%? Maybe it was 60% off on Monday. Maybe I am reading it correctly, the way she put it, because I got to thinking, it's like, did she mean that people were buying 30 to 60? No, it can't be 30 to 60 pounds. It has to be the percentage off. So I got 4 for the 30% off because I got mine on Black Friday and I didn't worry about getting them on Cyber Monday because they did release more for Cyber Monday. There wasn't anything I was interested in. And somebody said that they got, with the 3060 deal, a lot of the Randall Spangler ones because they were back in stock. And that's the ones that they wanted. And I can see that at least 30 to 60% off of Randall Spangler because those paintings are huge. They're not small pictures. I mean, I got a Randall Spangler before Black Friday. I got one that's the dragon's brushing his teeth because I thought that would be really cute for my dentist's office to have hanging up for little kids, so they wouldn't be scared when they go to the dentist. That would be like if you designate a room just for kids, take them to this room so they can see the dragon brushing his teeth. But I don't know. I have to talk with my dentist about that, because I have one that I like a lot. I mean, all the dentists in there are nice, but I go regularly. I'll be going again next year. It's like y'all gotta cut me a break here, because I'm only allowed, as far as my dental plan is concerned, and it's not 100%. They pay your percentage, but it's like an amount that you're allowed for crowns, and I'm only allowed the price for 2. And then anything after that, comes out of your pocket. They pay so much, but you're really only allowed 2. And I had 3 done last year, so that's what I was using my flex spending account for, because I knew I had to get them done. It started first thing in the year. Last year I had to get a tooth extraction done. I had to get a crown done, and I knew I had 3 crowns I had to get done. I was just checking box number 2, and I think it's all of them, so I'll be box number 1. So, and I've got first thing this year, or in January, I think it's a filling I gotta get done, and then I'll have another crown that's gotta get done. It's like by the time I get done, I ain't gonna have no teeth left. I'm gonna have porcelain in my mouth. I mean, nothing but crowns. But that's kind of what happens when you have soft teeth, and I have soft teeth, so I just have to get my crowns done. So, and I know which one they're talking about, and I can tell it's time for it really to get done, because my tooth's not bothering me, but it is bleeding a lot near the gum. So I've been using the Parodontics toothpaste to help with that. So I think that's helped control it some, but I know where it is and it's got to get done. So that will be in the beginning of next year, or beginning of the 2023, getting ready to come up. So I was like, no, y'all gotta give me a break. I said, because spending wise, I gotta be able to use my dental plan accordingly here. So, and even with the change in medical insurance next year, they're not changing our dental and our vision, so that will stay the same. So I'm glad about that, because both of those are pretty good. At least I think they're pretty good. So I got really good better discount this time around at my local eye doctor, as opposed to the office in Spartanburg. I used to pay like $600 for my contact lenses, and this last time at the local office I only paid $400. So I got to discount something somewhere. I don't know if they were giving me the discount on the contacts, the $200 credit on the contacts. I think that's what they did, the $200 credit that I have, or the amount of money for the max for the gold plan of the vision that I have. It's $200. I think they gave me the $200 on the contact lens purchase, as opposed to your eye visit purchase, or your eye visit to the doctor. I don't know, but it was nice. I feel like it was anyway. Alright, I'm gonna grind these, because they want to stick together, and see if they get themselves unsticky. I know I have the dryer sheet in there, but I think as soon as you pour them out, they just want to be all over themselves. That's how they're coming out of the container thing here too. So, come out. I know y'all got static, but you got to unstatic yourselves. Alright, I'm going to dig it out of the container here before I go back into my tray, because it's upside down. Some of the beads are anyway. You can tell they're staticky because they're sticking to my finger. Oh, where'd you go? Come back here. Okay, get on there. So that's nice storiness. A lot of people, some people were in the office today. It's kind of funny. Leo apparently had a Christmas party, and they were in the building. So they had Danae, and one of the legal ladies, had come up. And it's like, hey, we got some stuff down here. Y'all come, and get some. Like, oh, okay. So, and it was funny because as we're going down there, we're in the elevator, we're talking, and we're talking about one of the co-workers this morning was not a happy camper about the debt sale that we did and things that were going on. She walks by while I'm down there, and she's like, oh, look at you, twinsies. She says, I don't see you forever, and we're wearing the same thing. So with our company, we were given, right after COVID, came back from COVID, we were given pullovers. And it has the company name on it, and I wear it when I'm wearing my t-shirts during the wintertime. When it's cooler, not quite colder, but cooler, I'll, wear it. And that way, if I'm in the office and I get cold in the office, the t-shirt's not bothering me so much. And then I have the pullover, but if I get hot, I can take the pullover off. So she said, look at you. She said, look at you. I said, don't even see you. And we're twinsies today. And I said, yeah. And I said, and I was just talking about you. She said, oh, Lord. She said, what were you talking about? I said, well, Erin, and that's my other coworker, and she pops up. She's like, well, she says, I was talking about you in the call this morning and how scary you are. It's like, yeah. I said, and I told her, I said, because you know you're shit. And she's like, yeah. And she's like, and she went on about, the call that they had this morning. She said, I had to pull over my car, she said, to the side of the road. She said, because I was so mad, and talk. And she was like, and she said, we had discussed this, and I kind of figured that it was this way. And she said, because we looked them up and we found out that it was true. And she said, I was going to go with it beyond, given the benefit of the doubt, and think, okay, maybe we're wrong and we're not seeing it anywhere. She said, but no. She said, I was right, we were right, and they are not licensed. And she was just all over the place, but it was just funny. So I was glad to see her. So I hadn't seen her in a while. And then this other lady, who I used to be on calls with, but I told her, I said, yeah, I'm not going to be part of the calls anymore. I said, because another department's going to be taking this over. And I said, it's not going to be our department anymore. I said, so you won't see me on the calls. I said, but I'm so glad to see you in person. So I gave her a hug, because I really was glad to see her in person, because I hadn't seen her in a while. At least not in person anyway. Most of the calls, I said, she's working outside of her house. So, she has gone, fully remote. And when she is in the office, a lot of times I don't go down there to see her. So I would just say, I'm a people person. That's just who I am. I said, I like to see people, see people I haven't seen in a while. I like to give them a hug and say, I'm so glad to see you, because you just don't know with people. I mean, I think a lot of people appreciate, somebody recognizing, hey, that you haven't been here in a while, and you know what, I appreciate you, and I'm just so glad that I get to see you when you're in the office. So, I mean, that's just who I am. That's how I feel about, things. I'm a people person. I can't help myself. So, and although that's going to kill me somewhat, working remote, especially when we go full remote, and I'm working inside and here, all day long, and I don't get to see anybody or any of my coworkers like I do normally, and we all three sit together in a row, and I can lean my chair back if Erin's got to talk to Mary, or Mary's got to talk to Erin, and not interfering. I can back my chair up and they can talk to each other. But when we work from home, we're doing Zoom calls, or most times it's Zoom calls, or we call each other on Teams. I'll do that sometimes when I need to get the group together to ask something or discuss something. So, it's going to be a little harder, I guess, on me when we go full remote, because, like I said, I'm a people person. That's just who I am. I like seeing people. So I was thinking about next week. So next week, it's the week before I go on vacation. And then I'll come back, and like I said, I have the Monday off after Christmas, and then I'll be back that Tuesday, and Mary will be there, but Erin won't, because she'll be off for Christmas. So I've got to give them both their Christmas presents next week before Christmas, and since we're only in Tuesdays and Thursdays, I don't know if I'm going to give it to them on Tuesday or on Thursday. I feel like I want to give it to them on Tuesday, just in case they're not there on Thursday, so they don't miss out on their Christmas presents. And I've had their Christmas presents bought a long time now. I've had it sitting over here, actually, in my closet. So I'm excited about bringing both of those in, and letting them get their Christmas presents a little early, so before my birthday. But that's all right. And it was funny too, because Mary was like, we didn't do Secret Santa this year, and I was like, well, it's kind of hard when it's just us doing the department. I mean, we're the only ones here. And then the departments we did it with, they're not working from the inside the company. They're all working remote. So, yeah, just we get busy and lose track of time and get caught up on things, and then next thing you know, you're 2 weeks before Christmas. So, that's what it is. So we'll have to we're going to try to make sure we get together once we go full remote, so we can see each other, not instead on not seeing each other. So, and then next week our boss, the VP, is supposed to be in the office. I'm like, please don't come see us. Please don't come see us, because he intimidates me. And he's a nice man. I'm not saying he's not nice. He's a nice man, and he knows his stuff. And he does know, he knows his stuff, but it's just, I don't know, I feel like there's an expectation of you need to know all things, and I don't know all things, and I only know what I've, accomplished and done while I'm here, and I don't have the background that you have, but, I just feel like he's intimidating. But, I mean, it wasn't just me. And when he came about a month or so, maybe 2 months ago, definitely before Thanksgiving, so I'd say about 2 months ago, when he was in the office, it was, I was with the manager of secured lending, and she goes, hey, will you come with me? I'm like, yeah, sure, because we were explaining something that I was involved in that she was helping me out with, because she was taking it over. I'm like, yeah. I go, yeah. So I'll come with you. She goes, he's scary in person. I said, yeah, you got that right. I said, because he intimidates me. And she said that she had told him, she said, yeah, you're much scarier in person than you are on a Zoom call. And he just kind of laughed about it, thought it was funny. But, when he's a person who puts his pants on one leg at a time, and that's the idea you have to go with when you're talking about something like that. But, I do not have a poker face. I cannot hide how I feel about things, whether I understand something when it's being discussed or not. I can't hide my face, and I haven't been frustrated. I've been tired. I'm tired. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm tired. I love my job still. I like what I do, but there's part of it, the job, that I just don't want to do anymore. That's where I'm tired at. And I don't want him to come and have this discussion, like this one-on-one discussion, and be like, oh, how are you feeling? Because I can see it in your face, and you're not happy, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, I don't even want to talk about this with you, because I want to talk to my manager first. It's like, I think Eric is the one that needs to know how I feel about things right now before you know how I feel about things, because he's the one I'm going to be working directly with anyway. And, I'm not going to be working directly with you because that's Eric's job and not mine. And, eventually they're going to get somebody that's going to take the former person's place that's going to be between Troy, the VP, and Eric. So Eric's going to be reporting to somebody else and not to Troy. So, just getting it all out there for you with all the names, but that's okay. So that's just kind of where I'm at, and then Monday I'm supposed to have one-on-one time with Eric. He said, this is going to be your time to discuss, how you feel, what's going on, things in your life, things about you, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, okay. I was like, I don't know what you want to hear. It's not so much of what you want to hear, because I don't have any problems expressing myself and how I feel about things. So I think they know pretty good about that. I'm very truthful and honest about things. So I will own up to it if it's my fault. I have no qualms about that. I will, if I didn't think of this idea, I will say, nope, so-and-so thought about this idea, it wasn't me. I give props to who deserves it. So, I'm good about that. It's just, what do you want to, he had some pointers in there, things that we can discuss. He says, this is, your time for you to talk about what you have going on and how you feel about things. And I feel like, well, I'm more concerned right now about this than I am this, and I'm tired of this, and to be quite honest with you, I'm tired of this because I worked this part of the job for, let's see, I've been here 23 years, let's see, 23, 17 years I've done the same thing. Yeah, I'm tired. Tired of doing the same thing. Okay, yeah, that's right. Sorry, the circles are still throwing me off again. I'm not sure I'm getting the right symbol when I'm looking at it. I'm like, no, that is right. It is the equals. It's just the round is the training wheel. Because I have a symbol that on my Every Moment custom is a round with equals in it, and that is the symbol. So that was throwing me off a little bit. So, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. Tomorrow, Lord have mercy, I don't even know if I'm coming or going. Tomorrow I have a crap ton of stuff that I gotta look at and do. And it's just, I still feel like, thank God it's the first of the month. But, the month creeps up on you. And to be quite honest, I got only next week to get done what I need to get done. And I have to depend on somebody to do, what I need done while I'm on vacation. And, one black is all I got, sorry. And know that I'm behind on stuff just in general. And I want to get things done before the end of the year. So, I don't know. Just fighting the battles. Putting the fires out. And that's what I sent the lady that's in Treasury that's posting my payments for me. I sent her 2 days ago a sheet that had 70 items on it. Yesterday I sent her a sheet that had 130. And she hits me up on Teams. She goes, over 100 items. She goes, no ma'am. She says, I am not posting these for you. And then she just put laugh out loud. So I knew she was going to. It was just, I know it's going to take her time. Because they've got their own stuff they got to do. But there's stuff I got to get done too. So I told her, I said, here on out. I said, end of the month, end of the year. I said, I'm going to be on fire. So I put a surfer dude that was on fire. I said, that's going to be me. I said, I'm going to be sending you all the things, and it's going to get hectic real quick. So that's why I'm trying to make sure my check stuff's done before the end of the year. So I'm just really trying to clean up all the things. Clean up 2022. 2022, everybody talked about, after 2020, dumpster fire. 2021, dumpster fire. For me, 2022 was the dumpster fire. Because all the things happened in 2022. And it's like trying to get all the things done before the end of 2022. It's a dumpster fire. That's just how I feel about it. So while everybody was dealing with COVID and all those issues and trying to say this 2020 coming out of 2020 dumpster fire, 2021 was telling 2020 hold my beer. I feel like 2022 said you ain't got nothing on me. And it has, nothing to do with COVID. It has everything to do with the job and what happened within the job. Like I said, I lost my manager in April. They fired her. And then we lost our bigger manager, her boss, in August. So we've dealt with the new since September. So it's kind of when all the crap just kind of fell by the wayside, and everybody said, okay, this is the important thing you're going to be working on right now. And it's like, okay, that's great, but I got this over here, and I got this. And it's like all these little fires keep creeping up, and we're having to put all these little fires out. And then it's just the discussion is like, I kind of told about how we wanted to be, the initials for our department is BOSS, BOSS. I said we were the boss department because we wanted to be the back office. That's who we are. That's what we do. We're back office. We do back office things. Super Squad. That's what the SS was going to stand for. And we all had our and there was more of us. We were a bigger department then. There were more than just us three. So we all had our superheroes. I mean, one person was Wonder Woman, and we had all the things. So that's what we were going to go with. So that's what our current manager uses right now. He says, he said, we'll get this done. He said, because we're the boss department. I'm like, no, we ain't doing that crap mess. And you won't have to pay me more for that mess. So they're talking about doing this. I don't think so. Because stuff's been promised for other companies, and we weren't discussed. It wasn't discussed with us, although we told and tried to tell this ain't gonna work, and this is here, and you're gonna have to pull this from there, and no, it's not. It's more than a one-person job, and it's definitely gonna be more than a two-person job, and it's definitely gonna be more than a three-person job, and there ain't but 4 of us. And it's going to be more than a 4-person job. I mean, everybody's going to have to be involved in this thing if this goes through the way they want it to. But it's just like, no. I think not. And you need to come your butt down here from Michigan and be part of this hot mess. But that's what kind of sucks, is they're trying to clean things up, and there are things that that was done by the powers that be, and we said, no, this can't be done, and why are you still doing it? And they still did it, and we're now responsible for it, and the potential of getting sued because you weren't listening. So, nope. So stuff like that, those kind of fires. Some fires we were able to put out, some we can't, some we need extra help with. So that was one of the ones today. It's just like, I was kind of frustrated because I was reaching out to a company that I usually get information from, and they weren't giving me the information I needed, and they were kind of pressing all the buttons, the hot buttons. They were like, oh, we need this, and we need this. Why do you need that? We sell to you. Why do you need this? Give me the information I'm asking for. So I had to forward it to the contact that I knew that I dealt with before, and I told them, I said, y'all, I said, they're holding up, I said, on these requests, I said, because we haven't got the media that they've asked for. And sure enough, it came back in the email, oh, yes, this has been taken care of, but hey, by the way, what can you tell us about this, Mike? And I just, I didn't know how to answer it other than, we're swamped. We're trying to deal with the mess that you're sending through a platform that we're, by contract required to give to you. Never mind, we don't even know what this contract looks like because we don't have access to it. And, decisions were made without us knowing. I knew that I think it's $50 a month, and they were sending it $50 a month, but, not actually have time to sit off to the side and say, okay, I'm getting this done. Because it was different then, because the bigger manager, the one that was let go in August, he was the one doing the debt sales. And then my manager, she was the one helping him. So that's 2 people right there that were doing the debt sales, that it didn't involve us. We were doing our jobs along with the other things that we're having to do. And so then they leave, and the company still wants to do debt sales, but guess who's going to take up the slack? We are. And now we're taking up the slack for the debt sales, and we can't get our other stuff done. So, yeah. This is me rambling. That's what I told my husband. I said, he goes, I'm sure you don't stutter or anything like that. I said, dude, I said, I just ramble. I said, no, ain't no telling what's going to come out of my mouth and what they're going to hear. So y'all going to get the work frustrations that I have, and I'm going to give it all to y'all before I have to talk on Monday about what my work frustrations are. Because there's too much stuff going on. Balls are going to be dropped. And that's, y'all are just going to have to realize, the expectation here, and things are being promised. Things have been being promised. Things have been promised. I'll get it out right here in a minute. That we couldn't be responsible for. Can't hold us accountable something we have no control over. I mean, it's just like today. It's just talking about where some documents were. They're in storage. They're off-site. They're going to have to be requested. I don't even know what shape they're in. Much less, what they're going to look like. And that's I'm not even sure that they're going to have it. And that's the other thing. Because the way things are. Because they didn't keep everything like they were supposed to. And when people were losing their jobs, I remember when we closed out of one state and people were losing their jobs, they got nasty about it. And they were sending stuff in boxes and throwing food in it and all kind of other stuff. You just have that. You have people that's, disappointed about losing their job. It's a little easier now with it being remote because you can work from anywhere. You can work from the company, work from anywhere. You don't have to be, in the corporate office. You can actually work like the manager for Secure Lending. She works out of Ohio, and there's some people working outside the Spartanburg area, but out of the state, pretty much out of the country. I mean, we even have that. So it's just, I don't know. It's just one of the things, and that's where my frustration is right now. And y'all get the brunt of it. Sorry. And I don't know who's going to be listening to all this mess, but that's where I'm at. So, do I live a perfect life? Nope, not so much. Do we all have issues? Yep, we sure do. I was reading an article today, and I just saw it on MSN. It kind of floored me and it happened in India, and I can't even begin to tell you what the name of the city, town, whatever you want to call it, the area. But it was a woman who jumped to her death with her 7-year-old son with her. So it's kind of like one of those things is, what makes you, the person, jump to your death? But what makes you, the person, jump to your death but take your child with you? What situation are you in that it is so bad that, number one, you want to get out of it, but number two, you want your child out of it because you take them with you? So when I was reading it, and they were charging the husband because of there's certain laws that they have in that country where they could charge him, and the suicide was one of the charges. So the brother of the woman told the police that the husband had cut her off from all family. She was not allowed to contact her family, so her side. But, of course, she could talk to his side of the family, so the in-laws. And that her mother-in-law and, I think it's a grandmother, and him, the husband, would belittle her. And that was the abuse. She was, I guess, mental and emotional abuse that she was living in, because they would, talk about her and say that she didn't cook well and she didn't do the things well like the husband's mom did, and like his grandmother did. So she now the boy, the 7-year-old, she's, of course, obviously she's dead because it's the suicide, but the son is in the hospital, but he's in serious condition, and I'm not even saying that he's gonna make it. It's not something I can foresee here that he's gonna make it. But and if he does, who's gonna get custody of this kid? Because the husband, the father, is the one being arrested for all these charges that have to do with her suicide. And if he goes with the husband's parents, I mean, he's just gonna be mentally abused just as much as she was, because that's her son. I mean, she's part of his, genetically part of him, and I'm sure that he's gonna either look like her, or act like her, or have some mannerisms that's hers, that it's gonna piss the family off. And then you just really hope that if he does make it, that her family is the one that gets custody of him, so that he doesn't have to live, that emotional and physical and mental abuse. So it's just one of those things that kind of caught my eye on MSN, along with all the other things that goes on in the world, and it's just like one of those things like, well, it's just kind of, that's where you are. I mean, like I said, I can't imagine taking my own life, much less taking somebody with me. So, like, if I had a child, take my child with me. And circumstances would have to be pretty dire for that, and apparently for her, they were. So, I don't know. Just something I can't fathom. But, I'm just thankful I have, parents and in-laws and, husband and a sister and friends, that love me, and I don't have to put up with that, physical and mental and emotional abuse. So, All right, so that square's done. So that part is done. So I'm going to leave you recording so you can look at the pictures so I can get your devotional read for Thursday. So Thursday, I think we're in the last part of the faithfulness. Yep. So Thursday, great is thy faithfulness. Lamentations 3:23. Faithfulness. Faithfulness can turn the most menial job into a vitally important one. For example, think about how dependent we are on something as small as a postage stamp. It's always ready for service. It goes wherever it's sent. It does whatever it's asked to do. It sticks to the task until it's done. It doesn't give up when it's licked. It stays up to date, and it finds no job too small. We weren't all born with equal talents. Some of us are more gifted in certain areas than others. But every one of us was born with an equal responsibility to utilize his or her abilities at a full capacity. That's the most any of us can do, and it's what God, who gave us our talents, expects us to do. 200 years ago, when the U.S. Marine Corps was first formed, officials gave considerable time to contemplating a fitting motto. They finally chose the Latin phrase Semper Fidelis, a phrase now engraved on the minds of every Marine. And what does it mean? Always faithful. Both are important words, but the most important is the first one, always. Why? Because the Marine can't afford to be faithful only when it's comfortable or convenient, or when he feels like it, or when it will make him happy. Semper Fidelis means you must always be faithful, regardless of the cost. God wants us to be able to say the same thing about you as is said about him. Great is thy faithfulness. So whether you're a boss, an employee, a father or a mother, a husband or wife, a friend, teammate, or a Marine, the word for you today is always be faithful. All right, y'all. So that's it. And that's the chatty chat for today. I tell you, today has been a long day and it's been a crazy day, and that's just what you're going to get from me, a chatty chat. All right, y'all. I will talk with y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Woo, Friday. Thank goodness it's Friday. Okay, all right. That's enough of that craziness. All right, I will check with y'all later. Bye.